Alright, welcome back. The project is coming along pretty good. I am working on sort of marrying the two pieces together, the two individual pieces. And after that, then I'm going to start working on the edge banding. I'm going to have to do a little bit of cleanup just on some of these edges here. I'm like a 30-second off in some spots, so just a little bit of belt sander work. Again, I think I've mentioned it before in the past. Belt sander is the #1 tool that can completely ruin your project if you are not very careful. And it's something that I would go to for finishing work like this only if you are very, very confident with it. And even then, you can still make a tragic mistake. So I will be going at it with a very high grit for what I would normally use. I think we're looking at, I think it's like 120 to 150 grit. So that will allow me to go a little bit slower with what I take out, and you're gonna see I'm just gonna go real slow, checking all the time, being very careful. And yeah, it's always one of those things where I never like doing it, but you know, you rip a bunch of stuff on the table saw, you can see that there's just a little bit right there. This is kind of the bad patch here. And then there's a little bit on the verticals here as well. But so other stuff that's left is after I get them married together and I get the edges trued up nice and the edge banding on, you'll notice that the edge banding is going to start here, and I'm going to have a nice square cut there because I don't have the top done. Now where this is going to get set in, you'll see later when I actually have that video, the top is going to be custom because it needs to go past. So this will go on after it's set in place on the top, and it'll go like so. And then I'll have to stain and finish it in place, which is not ideal, but it is kind of how this custom sort of built-in system is going to go. And then I'm going to need to glue a little piece on the bottom to get my 1.5 inches all the way around. And the other thing, this thing is all plywood. I did that hoping that it would, mostly the top here would stay nice and true. This is going to be super strong. I maybe could have done this out of particle board or cheated something, but I just wanted it to be nice and true, nice and straight, and strong. Maybe plywood isn't the best just because of the weight that this thing's gonna have, but I'll get someone to help me carry it in and put it in place, and I'll never have to think about it again, honestly. So, one other thing to mention, I'm here in my shop, breaking all my cardinal rules, but it is sweltering hot right now where I live, so I am in shorts and flip-flops. I don't ever recommend doing this. I try to be as safety conscious as possible, but I just, if I'm gonna get anything done today, I need to be in shorts and flip-flops, and my legs gotta breathe. So don't judge me too harshly. I'm not doing anything today that I would be too concerned about as far as dropping anything on my toes. So I'm going to break some of my cardinal rules today and work a little bit unsafe. So again, I don't advise you doing this at home. You'll still see that I'm still going to be wearing safety glasses and all the proper stuff like that as I go. I think it's time for me to stop blabbing on and just sort of get going and let this video roll. So crank up the music and enjoy watching this come together.
Operate while under the shadow of
together. The front face is all trued up real nice, ready for me to iron on that tape, that edge banding. If you're wondering about this is hidden up against the wall, never going to be seen. I just wanted to true these up a little bit because I had maybe like a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch sticking out past. So I just true those up. Probably didn't need to, but why not? And that's about it. I am going to probably do the edge tape in the next video, but the first thing I'll do is I'm going to cut and glue on the piece that's going to make the bottom 1.5 inches as well. So we'll start next video off with the table saw set up, and I'll do some ripping, rip one piece down there. Hopefully I'll still have enough for the top. Looks unlikely. I might need to dive into my supply for a new piece on the top. I hope I have one. Yeah, I do have one, so the top might need to be a bit of a process, whole new piece, stained, finished, all that jazz. But yeah, like I said, next video we will try to get this edge tape on. I don't have the machine that does it, otherwise I would have put it all on before I started. So I'm putting it on manually with an iron. Never ideal, but we'll see how it goes. Should be fun. Anyways, that's it for this one. Thanks so much for tuning in. See you soon.